I'm back to wrestling with Ski today. Me and my beloved friend. Gotta get into Raw. I mean, like, I actually wasn't horrifically disappointed with it.
No, still could have kept Charlotte out of it, but oh well. That
See,
lasted.
see, and
That suspension lasted real quick.
See, you had to. I was just trying to not even mention that at all.
Might as well get it out of the way.
No, we can get it out of the way. It was buried out there, behind my fence line. I wasn't even going to talk about it being suspended for 8 seconds. And so when you backdooring her in, that's just the. See, I was just going to skip over it. Be like, we got to see Mace. He didn't have the back brace. I was happy. Dijakovic looked like he was actually comfortable in the ring again because he wasn't dressed like a jackass.
That too.
I was going to talk about all of that, and we just had to go and start. I was going to try to at least if I brought it up, do the thing where we start here, where he got rid of everything we hated about Mason T-Bar. Keep going up and throw Charlotte somewhere in the middle when we're already here, not just we can't pick it up from the floor, man.
Yeah, we can. We always do.
We do, but but anyway, I like the way that the way they were backstage, Drew and Braun. We all knew that it was going to turn into a tag team match at some point. And both of them still, Mason T-Bar even, we all know what Dijakovic can actually do if they let him do it.
Oh, yeah.
I still have no idea who Mace is. Just some dude, but
maybe he's related to what's his name from Seven Dust, lead singer. Maybe he just had the tall gene.
He's probably just related to The Rock.
Somehow.
Homegirl was literally sitting there. So related to The Rock. Related to it was during the pay-per-view. What? Related to WrestleMania. What? He's related to The Rock. She's related to The Rock. That's The Rock's cousin. And last night, she's married to The Rock's cousin. She's it was just what? Well, you mentioned The Rock. What? 1, 2, skip a few. Half the locker room's related.
Yeah.
Damn Nia. But they look good, and it set up Braun and Drew for later because Drew demanded another match because it seems to be the new thing. Every week, he's just demanding things. Wonder if that means they're just going to turn him into a miserable, spiteful SOB.
I don't know.
Turn him heel. I don't think they really will. Who else do they have to be anyone to care about? They got Morrison, but he's a lapdog.
Yeah.
Think of another face. Bring back Keith Lee and throw him right in there if he ever comes back.
Yeah, true.
But they need really something.
The only heavy hitter you got at this point.
Someone face.
And maybe they're building Bobby to be unstoppable. And I wouldn't want to see Lee thrown in the title mix right away.
They did it last time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think about that. Having Strowman in there, maybe Strowman could win and he can go back to, because he did. He's a good guy as a face. He's a great guy as a heel, but just because who else do they have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Honestly, the only thing I see, not to go off on a lead tangent, but the only thing I see anything really happening is the whole Sheamus running through everyone, and then they just
and he comes back and is like, "Hey, remember me?"
Yeah, and just work
runs through him. I'll just try to that's the one takeaway I didn't get from last night. Strowman, he got it. That's gonna be. That makes the match better. I don't know if you actually watched last night because you have this thing called a life.
I watched the first hour and a half, and then I caught up on the rest of.
But Strowman was doing Strowman's over there taking belly to belly suplexes, and he was flying himself all over the place. He looked good for Strowman. Normally he just shoulder checks people, runs around the ring and runs people over. Though he was actually taking. I was impressed for a 20-minute Strowman match. You don't see too many of those.
No,
you don't see too many of those. You don't see any of those. Ever.
Yeah.
Hell, he was fighting the Miz and Morrison by himself. Oh, that long. But that was good. I thought the ladies told a good story, and they finally did something different because it was see, look. Apparently, they heard someone like you going, didn't we just see this last year at Backlash? Literally, last year at Backlash? And someone apparently went, hey Vince, Mr. Backman, like God bless Gerald, he's gone, but like hey bro, like what we saw this, like there's a problem here, Vince. When
let's just make it a triple threat match like everything else.
Hey, but at least it's not the same thing. I mean,
yeah,
it's not the greatest thing, but hey, like everyone says it's the same thing. Well, that's because it is. Make it a triple threat. Like that, okay, but it's okay. I mean, but it's different. It gives Strowman something to do. I mean, I still try to figure out how the hell at WrestleMania he still gets like.
And it also throws out there, okay, is Bobby really going to retain? Is somebody else going to become champion?
Makes you think a lot more.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say Bobby's going to retain. It's just me. I think, I know, some people want to see Drew as champion again, and for him, and everyone thought he should have got his in live opportunity to win the title again. But honestly, I can see Lashley at least till SummerSlam. At least.
They better
minimum
not,
SummerSlam.
Better not put a microphone in his hand again then.
No, that was just, I wasn't buying it. Just you
sit there looking at him going, like, that was as convincing as a certain someone to my list saying, what, I really don't want to leave.
Yeah. That's like playing
it's packed.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
It's like the dude at the bar below. Like, I didn't mean to get drunk. Your tab says otherwise. Just like almost like this is going to be really bad. Then I was like, "What? This is worse than I actually thought it was going to be." Or maybe I was just so far up because Dijakovic looked like Dijakovic. The back brace was like the Tommy Copper back thing was off the dude. Like, I was like, "What? Yay! Look, we got what we wanted." There's no masks. He's not wearing a back brace. But like, they need to keep a microphone out of his face forever.
Yeah, just
That's what MVP is there for.
I mean, Vince should make Bobby sit in on this promo classes.
Bobby should just go down to the PC and just live there. Just do promo classes like 24/7. What? For the love of God, guy, this is why you're run. But this is why you didn't have one. What, you only had like 10 years. You think you'd figure out how to talk?
Yeah. Some people just can't.
Wouldn't know why, like Brock doesn't talk because bad things come out of Brock's mouth. He can talk. It's just normally so that's why he has Paul.
But there's a difference though. Brock spoke when
I'm saying
it was needed. It wasn't like forceful.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when he does talk, sometimes everyone's stuck sitting there going like, "What the hell did he like?" Tell me he didn't just say that. Like, we're going into like book like Bobby. It's like
we're talking Bobby so bad on the mic that he just picks it up and says processed cheese just to piss you off.
It's still in my fridge, by the way.
I mean, I'd rather eat processed cheese and listen to Bobby Lashley on the mic.
I'd rather throw frozen processed cheese at Bobby Lashley's face and then run for my life.
Oh yeah, true. There's always that.
And we all know how good my knees are. I'd rather do that than listen to him. He's one of those guys that just shouldn't talk. Brock shouldn't talk because really just bad things come out. Like, not like he can't do it. It's all like, Jesus God Almighty, what? Someone
no filter.
Yeah, he's just boom, go. Bobby's just terrible. And he was just, I mean, how, like, I don't get how he's been gone for that long.
Yeah. I mean, you go to all these other promotions and I mean, I like this run in Impact, but again, he didn't talk a lot either. He just,
and I don't get it. That's one thing I don't get. Like, I mean, I get it. During that whole Lana, why are we still doing this angle?
Yeah.
Like, who thought of that? Like, why? Like, they should be fired. If it was Vince, fire him. Like, sorry, guy, you're out of your own company. Bye. Why? That was garbage. I could see why he couldn't get any passion behind it. Because that was the drizzling, gurgling, just the runs. Like, no one wanted to do that. No one at all. You could tell wanted to be there. Like, you're champion. All you're doing is telling people to eat one. Like, how can you not do that? How? I can flip that switch and turn into a miserable human being, and I'm very nice nowadays. No one even saw me yell in the Marine Corps except for one poor soul. Like, I can be a dick when I have to. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
That again, that whole storyline I don't know if it was just something they were trying to build Rusev off of, but then Rusev was out of the picture. So
Rusev was like,
you're dumb, I'm out. Bye.
I want to keep my wife. What? I'm out. What this? Like, I'd rather go home and play on my video game channel on Switch than deal with y'all ever again. Like, that's when you know it's bad. Like, I'd rather go play video games.
Yeah.
God bless him, though. He's doing good things.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way AEW is going to be hopefully be utilizing.
Yeah. Not to completely switch.
Promos. But, the promos and the build-up are looking good so far.
Yeah. Like, I'm happy to see him doing it because I always thought that he was horrifically, like, underutilized for how big Rusev Day was. Yeah. Like, it was the biggest, like, at one point, Daniel was retired and all, but it was bigger than the Yes thing. I mean, it was the biggest thing they had going, and they just kept screwing it.
Slowly lighting the fire into it. Bye-bye.
Now, I mean, God, I hope he does. I wish him the best. Like, we don't ever talk about other promotions here, but I do, because damn it, he deserved it for the role he was on. How good a shape he got himself in those last couple of years, putting up with that, and he was still more believable than Lashley.
Yeah,
he's like, what? Watching him make out with my wife and his face paint come off on her. I know I'm leaving, and I still look better than any of them. Like, he deserved better than that. So, best of luck, Hominus Dominus. All those good things to him, because I think he'll have a run again one day, but that's another story. And then your new favorite wrestler teamed up with, like the New Day. He's your guy now.
Yeah, no, it was overall. I enjoyed the match.
Yeah,
a lot of back and forth. It kind of stinks that they're using Riker and all them as goofballs. But Miz pulls off goofball stuff very well and still can look good in wrestling.
Like him, yes.
Yeah.
But he's been doing it for so long. Like, he goes off and he does the movies and he has his TV shows and he hosts whatever the hell that TV show is, the game show. I never watch it, but he hosts. Like, there's all those things out there. Like, he can do that. Like, he has.
Yeah, and still look strong and still look good. The problem is with Riker and Elias, you just know, okay, their job. It's just like. It's like when they used to bring the Brooklyn Brawler back every once in a while. God bless him. God bless him for what he did, but it's just one of those. Why?
If we're talking about shocking cuts, how about when they actually let Brawler go last year during their, COVID cuts? Like, you can't get rid of the Brooklyn Brawler. What? He's been going out there in a ratty t-shirt getting mauled for like 20 years. Like, how the hell? Man. That hurt my feelings, but good old Brawler. And yes, they're kind of like Elias and them. Like, I don't know what the point is, but
like,
they're kind of.
It's like you just look at them, you look at the match, and like, they're going to lose. Like, there's no what there, and just the match was good, but it was just
good. I mean,
if they could make it like believable that they like have a chance and then they lose, you tell a bit better story and keep someone on the edge of their seat. It's just like you're kind of sitting back there, like, it's a squash. Well, not a squash match, but
might as well be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a squash because the thing lasted like through a commercial break. Like, they got 2 segments. So it wasn't a squash match. It was just an elongated squash match.
Yeah.
If that's
like even inevitable.
Yeah. Like, we know what's going to happen, but as there's 6 of them, everyone has to get their spot. And we can't do that in 3.5 minutes. So, yay. Kind of like the other guys, which when I heard who RK Bro was facing, it's like, well, they're gonna win.
Yeah,
like they went for Shelton and then went from tag team champions to.
They could seriously make something out of it and maybe actually give the tag titles a legitimate. That would be cool. I would like it.
I like the. Shut up! Like,
it's funny because. Yeah, they play off each other very well. Just even in that small segment, like I felt like, okay, this is going to work. Just for the fact, and God bless Orton for keeping a straight face, because if they're really going to invest in this, he's going to have. I mean, he's pretty good at keeping a straight face, and he picks and chooses when he should crack a smile.
You proved that a couple months ago.
Yeah,
he proved that. better than anyone on the planet a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it will work. I liked it. I mean, because we all know
Yeah.
what Randy could do. Like, obviously,
Oh yeah.
there's a reason they didn't fire him all those times when he really, really deserved it. Because he really, really is that good. So I'm not denying, like, him and Riddle. I mean, that gives Riddle
Yeah.
something to actually do. And we all
And it
Riddle
gives,
can go. Eddie can
yeah,
talk. I mean, even when he screws up when he's talking, we all, even Vince
yeah.
likes it. Even Vince liked it. That's how you know you're like there.
And I really think, I think Riddle can grow more learning from Randy.
Oh, he can get so much
Yeah.
better. Who else is that good that he could
And
learn from right now?
and also I could see Riddle learning so much. Not, I wouldn't say right away. I could see a Riddle heel turn. They gotta do it
Do it right.
the first time. Just they've got to, they really, if it's ever going to happen. Now, obviously, Riddle's always, just been that guy that everyone likes, like kind of like RVD, like that. The RVD effect, not the effect of extracurricular activities, but just the all around. I don't really ever saw RVD as a heel or as a face, like the in between guy, like everybody liked. But they could really build it, and again, Riddle can grow, not just in ring wise, but character wise, and maybe
I think it could be really good.
Turn. Yeah,
I think
if it's done right.
See, but I was just gonna say it could go really good. See, now you jinxed it. They're gonna do it terribly. Just if the powers that be in the WWE creative team, do it right. When the hell was the last time they did anything right?
Well, it's not the fact that creative isn't doing it right. They do it right, and then McMahon shows up, like 20 minutes late and completely trashes the script off the cuff it.
Tell Vince to off. He's told enough people to do it. Like, just put signs all over the place about where Gorilla is. Just have get the old man confused. It can't be that hard.
I mean, I've heard, I've read articles, man. Just right at the beginning of Raw, he'll just take the script and just whatever he says at that moment, and it's not,
What did I say about firing him? Fire Vince McMahon. I love him to death. Go home.
Yeah,
just go home. Like, it worked in the Attitude Era because, like, to fix everything. Well, it's 20 years ago, guy.
Yeah.
Like, what you need, like, RK Bro though, and Randy smiled. I was happy.
Yeah.
Put a big pretty bow on that. I didn't like just hearing Randy shut up.
And then when Randy left, he forgot to unzipper his mouth. That was nuts. I mean, even like I said, every interaction, with Matt Riddle and any other superstar, it's quite entertaining.
He is. Like, I mean, I see people trash on him so much. Like,
yeah.
Look at what he's the only one that isn't like. Just, I mean, there's very few people that aren't just cookie cutter. You saw it coming. Why, you don't know what's coming out of his mouth. Hell, he doesn't even remember what's coming out of his mouth half the time. And this stupid scooter. I mean, like, I think he irritates the hell out of me, but he's entertaining, and he really can go.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, first match against AJ there on SmackDown, but that pretty much lets you know exactly how they think of him. They're not going to have you go out there and beat AJ of all things. Unless, well, you've made someone happy.
Yeah.
Because, damn, AJ wasn't losing to like anyone back then. No one. Especially no guy in his first night.
Yeah, but AJ's also grown though too. He's grown into the Ciampa
in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
Hey, he can thank his friends for even mentioning his name, as we might want to try to bring him over to 8. Suddenly, like, I never would have got that much money if you guys didn't even directly bring me up. But hey, thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to know how many commas were in that paycheck. Just for them saying we got a friend coming, and that was enough panic to get you. Like, I mean, they outbid Tony Khan. There had to be a lot of zeros. I want that. Where do we get that? Where do we sign up for that? We can't take bumps. I'll take the money. It's a real question. And Carrillo got his revenge on Sheamus, which I think can lead to a good thing, because now he looks like he's gotten bigger. since we
Yeah,
saw him, all those things. I mean,
he
he's been
beefed up
gone
a lot.
since he's been gone really since what, Mania last year though? Really?
Yeah.
You really didn't see him past like here and there, but he's put in the work.
I say
I think
last time we saw Korea, that was when it was him, Angel Garza, and Justin Theory.
good old
Austin
Austin
Theory.
there. Justin.
Austin
Oh, and yeah, it could be your theory.
No, no.
You have lots of theories. It could be you. I like you more than him. It's because I've been playing so stupid. It hurts my head, but
Yeah.
he's so much better than that. But he did look a lot better, and I think they could actually just this contrasting styles. And Sheamus is the guy that can give him that extra, oomph
Yeah.
that he needs. That
I mean, and even if Sheamus goes on his rampage of defending his title, giving these up and coming superstars
just
not
anything.
just anything, some time to for old man to evaluate. Okay, is this going to be something potential in the future? Just to
Now,
give him a shot.
And I think that's what those titles should be there for.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say only old guys could have it, but I mean, one of the best
Yeah.
runs we saw was Cena. Look at
Yeah.
all the guys he worked with, and he was doing that every night. Like everyone and anybody, like I forgot you were even here. Like they didn't fire you. Like they fired Mike Chioda, and you're still here. Damn. Yeah, those moments there. I think it could be one of those, and Sheamus has the ability. I mean,
Oh yeah.
he's more than fully capable of putting on a match with anybody at this point. So I'd like to see it. I mean, Carrillo, they'll put on, the contrasting styles, and we'll know if he could go or not. And Sheamus has, again, great opportunity to run through people until whoever they deem necessary, when the perfect time is to bring someone back.
Yeah.
Like, a Keith Lee or someone, they just boof, hey, you're here. Like, he could drag that out for a very long time, have a really good run, and work with, because, look at that. What is that? Right before Mania, the Raw, Drew's just walking through the locker room, just getting everyone. They're like, I forgot you were here. I forgot you were here. I forgot you were here. Where the hell have you been at? Hey, Drew Gulak, what? We've seen you. Like, you're going after truth all the time. What? We knew you were here. Yeah. Like, that was like, where the hell have these guys been? So I think it'll be really good and a good change of pace because, no offense to Lashley having it, he defended it like twice, 3 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was against like Riddle a bunch of times. Like there was nothing really to it at all. So I think it could be a good fit. I actually am kind of excited about that.
And speaking of Angel Garza, there was that little scene backstage giving Nia Jax flowers.
I was trying to just. I was trying to not mention Reginald. See, now you think of the flowers. Now we have to think. I was just trying not to mention Reginald. I was so happy to not see Reginald. Hey, they found
it. You have to admit this. The women's 6 tag match was actually.
Oh, it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, it wasn't really that bad. Like,
for
once they finally got to like wrestling and minus all the other crap.
All the idiocy. They were actually wrestling good.
Yeah.
I
don't think I even saw any botches. That was actually botch free, I believe.
Well, I'm not going to go.
Not that I can recall.
I'm not going to go that far and say it just because I'm going to turn it on probably like later and be like, and I'll be very angry because I'm sure like, oh, yep, that but it was good. Told a good story. Rhea and Nia and Shayna finally got a win over.
Yeah, just everyone still feeding off each other at this point. Nothing. There really isn't a story except for when's Nia and Baszler not going to be the champs anymore, but just
when are they going to kill each other?
Tag team, action in general.
And none of that idiocy got involved though. But going into it, Nia, Shayna, and Rhea.
Yeah.
I was like, we know who's winning this match. Let's just see how much of a dumpster fire it is. And they did violently overwhelm what I was expecting. It's like, what, this is gonna suck. Like even Lana hasn't looked half bad. And she doesn't look the greatest, but compared to where she was, it's actually I think it's doing good. And sadly, that's really all they have for the women's tag titles, at least on Raw side is.
But
they can do Mandy and.
It kind of makes me wonder. Moving on to the next thing that kind of has to do with the women's division, what are we going to see with Bliss? Because I'm throwing it out there. Okay.
Don't trust people named Lily.
We've all thought, okay, maybe Lily is the alter ego to her and she'll just make a singles run and just run through everyone. There's
Okay with
one
that.
theory. I would also be okay if they actually brought someone in as Lily and run through the tag team division and dethrone Baszler and Nia, because it would be believable.
And the real question is what they bring back, like suddenly Nikki. Suddenly she got her.
I don't think
I don't see that. I'm saying, but who else do they have that they like? Ooh, like that, because everyone else, like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people on the roster that we have no idea are even on the roster.
Yeah.
Because they violently
there might be somebody down in NXT or someone in developmental at the performance center that no one has any idea about, that maybe they see that potential that they could pair them with Alexa and grow.
I don't trust the powers that be to be that smart.
But that's the thing though. Like, if you're going to introduce a character based off of Lily, you don't need to start wrestling right away. You don't need to jump in the ring and start wrestling. You can really just build it for a while as they're,
like they did Strowman and the Wyatt family,
honing their ring skills as far as wrestling in general, and really do it that way.
Or pull someone off that. I mean, I'm sure there's people on NXT that,
yeah,
like they have, but I don't know. Because she was talking about the rest of the women's division, Lily, but like last week, not last night, the week before.
Yeah.
Where like running through, or she doesn't like none of them. If you're gonna run through them all, I mean, her going on a tangent, even with just having the doll being there, like that could lead to gold.
Like, I mean, even the only thing I could see, I was just on my phone, as you can see. I totally, the name left me there, but I honestly see Impact Wrestling's Rosemary, because I think she's not part of the promotion. I don't even think she's part of the promotion anymore, to be honest. I don't think she is, but that would be, I think.
See, the only problem I'd have with that is how many years now they said they should bring her in to be the physical Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
Like everyone said, what do you go and pull it off for Alexis Lily? Like there will be, like 90% of the people like, you kidding me?
Yeah, but honestly, I think if they give the creative control,
if they don't screw it up. I mean, if they let them keep doing what they're doing.
Yes. I can see them using Rosemary as Lily, because we all know Alexa at this point is some version of Abigail in her own at this point, and I hope what happened at WrestleMania when she came out of the box and that thing was just, I hope that was like a one-off, said and done. Okay. Oh my God. He thought it was Abigail. Done. Move on, but use it. If they stick with that, I think they could bring Rosemary in as Lily and not have a problem, as long as it's done right.
I don't want to say we're not lucky enough, but I mean, Bray's still like in charge of most. Like, I mean, they still have so much creative control. I don't think he would let them ruin his baby.
Or even if you have Alexa Bliss, wrestling matches, and then all of a sudden it goes dark and something goes wrong, and the superstar disappears, or the superstar is laid out or something, and there's the Lily doll in the middle of the ring. You could go a lot of ways with it.
They could do a lot. Just don't bring it. Like, God, don't bring it. Look, there's so many people down in NXT, but bring in someone. Don't bring in Rosemary. I've heard her name since the beginning of, like, how long ago was Bray Wyatt doing that? What, 2000, like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Literally, like, please, for the love of God. I've heard her name for 10 years. Don't bring her in now.
I think Rosemary would fit in the fact that of how the doll looks.
Just don't bring her in now. After 10 years of saying, we're going to do it. Like, what? Oh, look, they finally did it. Like, I think the shock value will just go, oh. Like, I think just because we've heard it for so long, get someone that you had no idea, like, you just did, damn, didn't see that coming. Like, I just miss having those moments. But we've literally, since Bray started, Sister Abigail, everyone, well, Rosemary could do it. Like, yeah, well, that ship sailed a decade ago. Use someone else so you could build someone. Don't take someone that's already built. We all know who she is, and they have like 1,000 people under contract.
Oh yeah.
Give someone a damn shot. Let's let someone.
Yeah, they got plenty of people down at PC.
Like, a lot of people down at the PC.
Yeah.
To get one of them. Like that's. I mean, if they get Rosemary, we know it'll be done well. But I would like to see after all these years of people doing nonstop, it's going to be her if they bring her in to see someone else get the shot just because it's 10 years later,
Yeah.
less bumps, less beating on her body, and they could build to something. Just think you bring. I mean, that's just me. I just want to see someone else get a shot, not someone that's been there. And even if it's been TNA, I mean, they're still on TV, so they're still getting ratings.
Yeah.
So that's just me personally. I don't think I'll have the shock value.
As long as it's done right, and I think, and I
I
have
think
faith.
Bray will do it right.
Yeah, I have faith. Because
Mr. Rotunda.
as you said, he still has some kind of creative control. I really hope Bray was smart and trademarked all that for himself.
If he didn't, he's never leaving. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Because we know what Vince likes to do. When suddenly we'll have a fake Fiend running around. Suddenly Bo Dallas will get rehired and the Fiend will be back.
It's either that or he's trademarked it and has Vince by the balls. That'd be nice.
Okay, here's my thing. And before you go and try trademark Vince, well, when I was gone, don't worry.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Don't worry, I did it for you.
Yeah. Like on my through my feeds, and I try to keep up with that kind of stuff. I have not seen anything.
I've never seen one.
I'm across as far as any kind of trademark. There is something, something Dex something that they were trying to trademark, and I'm assuming it has to do with Loomis, obviously.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything else. Usually I try to catch that kind of stuff.
I can go and check my own trademarks and all the listings are there. I can probably actually find who owns it. And man, that would end this. They're like, what? Well, now we know why all this is happening.
Yeah.
Like WWE owns it. So that's why he's getting, it all makes sense now. Or it's all, that's how he got to get
out. Like I would love to.
That's how he got burnt alive. Why? Because he was all like, "Hey Vince, like I'm getting burnt alive." Okay, buddy, have fun. See you later. I'm gonna go over here and cry now. But
not to get off the topic of Raw. Right before we started, looks like AEW might be moving Fridays because Turner Network is hosting NHL stuff now. So.
It's just weird.
How do you feel? Do you think it'll affect it since they'll be competing against SmackDown now?
SmackDown's the better show.
Oh yeah, hands down.
And
that's not just being a WWE guy. It's I think hands down, they're going to have you're going to see some real competition at this point, and because again the Wednesday Night Wars, according to Paul, he's like it was a picture painted by people like well, not like you and me, but like just fans in general, just pushing that whole concept, and really, was it? Yes. Was it? No. It was cool to see.
Technically.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool to see, who fared each week, but again, that didn't, the change from NXT to Tuesdays didn't seem like it had anything to do with it. And I don't think Paul or Vince are really concerned about it, but it'll be interesting to see how much better, if AEW does better on Fridays than they were Wednesdays, because obviously they don't have any competition on Wednesdays, but now Fridays,
I think it's stupid, but I think that TNT, right? They're on TNT. Yeah. Has, basketball on Thursdays, so I mean, they're really. If I remember correctly,
that's all you really got.
I'm trying to think back to the old days when I at least turned on TNT, which I can't remember the last time. I think they had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think that's when they did their NBA games. This was eons ago. So, but fine, don't I'm telling you, don't do it. How much money Fox spent? Don't.
Yeah.
Do it. They got the rights for that with billions. When there's like what, billions, they gave up a lot of money. They will not. I don't. Fox will not lose.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
and SmackDown has been the far superior. I mean, like
oh yeah.
like look at last week. Raw sucked. NXT sucked. No offense to them, it sucked. And then like SmackDown, you're like, okay, man,
I'm actually gonna stay up and watch this.
like I can dig this.
Yeah.
I'm down with this. Roman, like as long as they don't give a microphone to Jay,
Yeah.
they can keep.
But speaking of SmackDown, my random fact of the day that I came across. Did you know Cesaro has not lost a match since May of 2020?
Singles?
I would just presume that's what they meant.
Well, it better be because his ass got. See, there's pardon my French, but they killed him at the Elimination Chamber, like in about 8 seconds. Sorry, Kofi.
Yeah.
Someone else got murdered
I'm
just as bad as you.
And I believe that was, I don't know if that was just in general singles
It had to
or
be
was
singles.
just or SmackDown in general, but I would assume it'd probably be singles because I haven't really thought of any singles matches that he's lost since then.
That makes me want to go. Like, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
I don't have to go back and I'll watch SmackDown for like. What are you doing? I'm watching a year of SmackDown in what? One day.
I think I may have shared that.
Like Jesse, that's physically impossible. But I will watch all of SmackDown for the last year in one day.
No, that's another one I should have shared, so we could have.
Then what are you gonna be? Then I'm gonna be really sad when it's all over. Why? Because I'm gonna be going. They got away with this. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, can we just get back Alexa and the Fiend? What, can we go back to doing that? Like they're on Raw. I know. But it was, you know. Anything else you find exciting? You find way more exciting stuff than I do. I only see it after you share it.
I am subscribed to so many darn things. It's not even funny.
I've just been like, it's busy isn't a good word, but yeah.
I know there was a little concern of where's AJ and Amos. I mean,
Yeah.
There was a meme out there with a milk carton.
Was there? I didn't see that, but I mean,
Yeah.
I would say for that, just with how consistently AJ's been on the programming since like before Mania last year, like can't remember a time when there wasn't AJ on TV in that whole amount of time. Like he did, they did the build to Taker during COVID, obviously, but like they did the build for that.
Yeah,
he had the U.S. title at one point, if I remember correctly. Then he moved, kept going, went to Raw, didn't skip a beat, and went right into having a Moss there. So I mean, like, give him a couple weeks off. But the guy has literally carried it. Like 90% of the roster were sitting home doing nothing.
And I think some of it has to do with
on the Moss, get some ring time and stuff. But
get some time to develop down at the PC.
But I mean, really though, I mean, like the way we've seen it, I mean, this is why I think Drew's gonna he has to lose because he's been going for over a year nonstop, except for when he had COVID. And look, he was on TV more when he had COVID than Brock Lesnar was the whole time he was champion.
And he does deserve a break. I mean,
like everyone's been getting them since they started it. Everyone's been getting one. Like look at, I mean, where did the Fiend got lit up? Why? He had a kid.
Yeah,
they were working on the new stuff. I know, to go completely like break all the rules, but he went away. Like Sheamus went away, Jeff's gone away.
Yeah.
AJ needed to go. Drew would have gone away, but I mean, it was like Bailey went away. Like everyone that was running that whole entire thing, they all sooner or later have see you later bide and let someone fill that spot for a few seconds. And I know AJ probably needs. I mean, the schedule is less intense, so I think they need it. Yeah. I think they need it less. But when they're the only ones out there doing anything, like when most people, like most of the locker room isn't doing anything, like that has. I mean, you're the only one getting beat up this time, so it's not like the live shows where you didn't have to worry about it because everyone else would get out there flung like rag dolls. But you're the one getting ragdolled all the time. So. again, like that has to be. He went home. Moss needs more time,
Yeah.
and I didn't even. I was like, where are they? But this week the show didn't suck. So
Yeah.
I mean, right after they won the titles, I was like, okay, like
Yeah.
gotta have them come out and say something.
Yeah.
And
I have to say a B plus, solid B plus.
yeah, like that was actually a really good night.
Yeah.
And then the preview for NXT. I mean, I hate when they say Adam Cole is giving an exclusive interview with NXT.
Yeah.
Where the hell else is he going to give it, pal? He's on NXT. And, well, I mean, I just want to know where they're going to send him. Is he going to stay down there?
Yeah.
Is he going to go up?
It's kind of, yeah, seeing NXT slump another week in a row. I really hope not. But
and again, like, but after Raw, after the way Raw went, I mean, all the momentum for like them going to Tuesday nights, we were all like, oh, and you got to think too, like we did Raw, right? Hall of Fame,
yeah,
Takeover, SmackDown, WrestleMania edition of SmackDown, Mania Night 1, Mania Night 2, Raw, and then we were on 9 straight days of WWE program. I'm pretty sure last week didn't count no one. And then they saw Raw the night before and they screw this, but not again. Like they got 9 straight days out of everybody. I'm pretty sure that their piss poor performance on night 2 and then their piss poor performance on Raw the next night is why the ratings sucked for NXT. Had nothing to do with Kyle coming out. Look, cool hand Kyle. Like that's another story for another day, but it had nothing to do with that. Like they just did, like we were at such a high on night 1 and then like the Fiend made his entrance through, and then about
that was it.
And then 10 minutes later, the whole stadium was just,
you suck.
Screw you guys, I'm driving home.
Or be like that one, or be that one guy that they were still panning to. I forget which match it was, but it looked like he had a lot of beer. Like he had a lot of beer from the
sucks.
Of the Fiend match to that match. He looked pretty well intoxicated.
Yeah. I mean, do you blame him? Like, this week, I think will be the real test for the ratings for NXT. Because again, 9, I mean, I never watched, the Hall of Fame. Granted, he used to normally on like what, Fridays?
Yeah. Well, no, Hall of Fame is usually
Saturday.
Well, it's Saturday when WrestleMania was one night. Yes, correct.
But but then there was NXT. Like we had to break. There was some break. It was like, Raw, day off. NXT, day off. SmackDown, SmackDown was on. The Hall of Fame was on. They did the dueling thing when it moved to Friday, and then Takeover, like all that stuff. Like there was still a break in it. It wasn't literally a week and a half straight.
Yeah.
In 2 nights of.
I think once there's some normalcy, I could see like SmackDown on Thursday as a special edition, like the go home SmackDown for WrestleMania, then the Hall of Fame, then one night to Takeover, and then WrestleMania again.
Yeah, I don't know why I get why they don't want to do Takeover like a pay-per-view weekends. They want them to stand out on their own. They did that. They decided to do that before COVID.
Yeah.
Like, I get that, but WrestleMania weekend, I'm sorry, but that should be.
Yeah.
That should be the same weekend. That shouldn't be one of those. Like I never that one time. Like the rest of the year, I get it.
Yeah.
SummerSlam, like I get doing it at SummerSlam where they shared the Barclays Center. I really did get that.
Yeah.
Because all the fans, they're all coming to. They're going to be there all weekend anyway. And
sells
more tickets, get more eyes on people.
They also had a pretty good access package though too. So.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, like, they got everything together and all. Like, I mean, I got that. Like SummerSlam, like I understood that. And Mania, I thought Mania should have also been like the rest of the year. Put them whenever. Let them stand alone. Why? They should stand alone.
Yeah.
They were doing the damn thing for a long time when the main roster wasn't.
Yeah.
No offense to the main roster, but NXT was better for a very long, long time. And so I hope they bring that back. I never really liked the 2-night Mania thing. Like I compared to like WrestleMania in San Francisco, while you're literally sitting there going like on the East Coast going, it's 1:30 and Triple H, or whatever, like Triple H, whoever it was, you're like, he's still coming. Like we're still not done yet. Like, and this started at like 7. Well, we're already to the 7-hour mark, mother. Like How did he used to fit everyone on the roster in like 4 hours? Why the hell are we here for a day? And
Yeah.
I actually felt bad for Byron Saxton. It's like he was on like doing stuff beforehand. He was on the pre-show for 2 hours. Then he had to be on the after show. Like Byron Saxton and all them were on TV for like 14 straight hours.
Yeah.
Like that was ridiculous. That pissed me off. And I don't even like Byron Saxton. We all know that. My favorite thing is to hear him getting told to shut up the second he opens his mouth. Because I'm yelling, shut up. And I don't have to anymore because he's back home where he should be
Yeah.
with Corey Graves telling him to get the pound sand. But that is completely sidebar. We just keep going. Like that should have been.
Yeah.
I think they should SummerSlam and Mania. They should still have it the night before.
Yeah.
And SummerSlam, they should share the building. Like Mania,
Yeah, why
obviously they don't get the big set. Like I do fully get that. They shouldn't get the big
Yeah.
set. They should get their own building. But in all the towns that they go to for Mania, there's millions of buildings.
Oh yeah.
Like they could very easily do that. Hell, they could even do like, I mean, you could do it, go home for SmackDown on, like, or they could just do the Hall of Fame on Thursday.
Yeah.
Go home SmackDown on Friday and actually have a go home episode of SmackDown, not just throw a bunch of random garbage on there to kill 2 hours.
Yeah.
That sucked. That probably killed ratings too. I know I was pissed. We went over it. I think we went almost 2 hours that day. I was mad.
Yeah.
That was a waste of time. But yeah, like Hall of Fame, SmackDown, NXT, and do all the like, and even if it goes NXT, whatever, like Mania, Raw, NXT, like we could deal with that many like nights of actual action in a row as long as you give us action. Like they built it up, and NXT Takeover killed it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it delivered was great,
down, man. Still my
Better than
favorite.
Mania.
I mean, besides the Hall of Fame, which I did thoroughly enjoy this year, even though it was kind of kept, to 2-3 minute speeches, but everybody there at the Hall of Fame was very good. But yeah, NXT definitely killed it. I mean, just that.
It was the best show of the weekend.
Yeah, it really was.
No offense. Like I know how like there were good high points and like stuff throughout Mania.
Yeah. But
Takeover didn't take
it was
their
a
foot off the gas.
it was a consistent high for those 2 nights.
Yeah, like Takeover, they did not let their foot off the accelerator. There was no any like
no,
here's this knowing waste of time. Here's this performance. Here's like that was just go, which is what they always do. Which is why I prefer takeovers to most pay-per-views. Call me crazy. I've always felt that way though. Like for years now, they've been doing that. Because most of the pay-per-views, like again, we watched the biggest show of the summer right there. Like, oh, if only I could flip this camera right there. We even had your boys were here, and we all went. And
this done yet?
Like, even the little dude who's all excited about it because he hasn't been like warped and ruined by like just where we were to he only knows now, and even he wasn't excited.
Yeah,
that was bad. Like biggest show of the summer. Yeah, that sucked. Like how old is Jackson? What, 6, 8?
He's 6.
Yeah, see, I was right the first time. When a 6-year-old is going, you, my friends, have dropped the ball drastically because he was like more stoked than either you and me were.
Yeah.
I mean, like we took a shot of Jameson to celebrate, and then we sat there going,
should have drank more.
Conveniently, I didn't have to drive, so I believe I did drink more. A lot more, because that sucked. So, I mean, but I think that they'll, when we get back to, I think they'll get back to it. I really do. Like, I don't know when we're going to get back to people, but I think if they they should listen to us. We are speaking for the damn people.
I mean, even if they just have pay-per-views with live crowds, I think it's doable.
And not as many. Not as many. They don't need to have like a pay-per-view every look at going to Mania. I mean, we had what? Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, and Mania all inside of 10 minutes.
Well, yeah. Well, Fastlane was like not even
3 weeks before.
2 or 3 weeks after Chamber.
And then Mania was like literally they had 2 weeks to build everything after that. 3.
Yeah.
Like Rhea showed up and they had 2 weeks after that Mania. Like they don't need to have that, man. Like that is what killed them more than anything because there was no time to build.
I don't really think
anything.
you either got to get rid of one or the other. Either keep Elimination Chamber, which I do like
Keep the elimination chamber. Fastlane was
But
unnecessary.
yeah,
Fastlane never needed to come into existence.
they could have bumped out the Elimination Chamber one extra week, right? Slapped out in the middle, and would have been fine. It would have been what? It would have been almost like a balance of what, 3.5 weeks, maybe per se, between Rumble, Chamber, and WrestleMania. You still have that. I mean, an extra week is
a lot,
more than
like,
sufficeable.
In wrestling, telling a story, one
Yeah.
extra week can make night and day. Like when you literally have Rhea coming out the night after the chamber, and then there's challenging her, walking away, and then you have 2 weeks to try to build anything that anyone gives
Yeah,
them.
make it
You
believable.
can, no matter how good it is, you cannot build it in 2 weeks. I don't
Yeah.
care who the hell they couldn't do that in the Attitude Era. Oh, look how
Yeah.
long they had in between pay-per-views then.
Yeah,
they weren't doing one
week,
every 3 weeks.
One week seems like a half a month, like 2 to 3 when you're because you could have had that first week her come out after Chamber challenge, and then those 2 weeks. I mean, given depending on which night, what night was that match? Second night, right? I believe so.
No.
Yeah, because no,
because it was the second because they
it was the second.
Yeah,
so in all honesty, you almost have a full 3 weeks if you think about it, looking at from a
I've never liked
that
Fastlane.
standpoint. It was just one night short of almost 3 weeks, so you would have had plenty of time.
I've always hated Fastlane for that sole purpose. Like 90% of the time they've done, like they didn't even do Fastlane like the year before. Like there's never a point to it.
Like Fastlane, I could probably make every single prop bet and match bet and probably win a lot of money every year. And I one of these years I just should. It's just
because I can't do them in the state of North Carolina. So do some for me. I'll be your friend.
Like I think like the last 2 or 3 Fastlanes, it's been kind of obvious.
Yeah, like here we go. Like the first one they did. It's when Triple H won the title at the Rumble to screw over Roman. He's defending against Dean Ambrose. Well, I wonder who is gonna win that one.
Yeah.
Goldberg and Brock. I want, for that match coming up, wonder if Goldberg's actually going to beat Kevin. I could never saw that coming, that they were going to just waste the whole thing, because that's what they do. Like Fastlane has just been a giant. I need to find my air horn. I don't even care if the dog's barked. It's a giant waste of time. Like that, like they haven't needed it. They cut that out.
Yeah.
They moved.
They had Goldberg back. Didn't they have Goldberg beat Fiend at Fastlane?
And they had Goldberg get put down by Drew at Fastlane. I believe it was or so, I don't even remember him. But they've done nothing good at Fastlane. It has been they can move the chamber back 1 week. And then they would have had 5 weeks to build everything.
Oh yeah.
And Rhea was doing
a lot more.
Rhea was doing nothing. She was just waiting.
Yeah.
Why would you schedule?
Yeah, they had They had 2 weeks of promo or vignette. Well, not a vignette.
Not even video. We're renting out the building. We're going to use it. No, less is more. In this situation, less gives you more story and more people giving a damn. And it was that was the worst part about Mania.
Yeah.
The matches that were good were really good. And the matches that were really bad, you could tell because they threw them together for 10 minutes. There's nothing. That's my biggest never mind, what's coming if you don't watch. I'm doing storylines like that.
Yeah.
Don't piss me off for years.
Don't get me wrong. I was excited that Rhea won the match. She got the title, but I
think she's deserving.
Yeah, but with so little time, and WWE did bad by her, not giving her that story. But I feel bad in the sense that it was kind of forced or obvious.
Look who was in the match.
He was going to win the title.
Look who was in the match, though.
Yeah,
Asuka. And if I remember correctly, they literally gave Asuka the title at Fastlane or something, right? And she literally lost the title to Charlotte the Friday before Mania, just so Charlotte could have the title to go in and give Becky both of them. They have done Asuka dirty time after time after time after time. And no matter what you think about her talent-wise, She's that good. Like, never
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
And her English skills. I mean, you can still make out everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but time,
Oh,
just
I've
like
always been a
Braun,
big fan.
just like
Always,
Braun.
always been a fan of Asuka. I mean, it just, yeah, it's been painful, watching what they've done to her.
Like, they built her up with so much, and then again, Charlotte had to bury her, and then you
Yeah.
didn't even see her for years. Like, and she deserved it. Should they have been like, okay, well, Becky's pregnant now, it's for the title, so she won the title at Money in the Bank instead of getting handed it the next night. Like, could they have done it differently? Because they obviously knew, yes, but she had a hell of a run.
Yeah.
Like, she's entertaining. She puts on a hell of a match with everybody. Just like, no matter who she's against, I like her because she has a conflicting style.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, she's different than whoever the hell she's going against. And when you have two styles clashing and you have a really talented performer, it's like AJ. AJ can have a match with anybody.
Yeah.
We've seen AJ have a match with anybody. Asuka, anyone in that division, she can have a good match with. Whether
Yeah.
it's Nia, Rhea.
Either one of them could have a match with a wet noodle, and my 6-year-old would probably be more entertained.
Yes, and Braun, like, I feel bad for Braun. Like, he has come a long way from when he was, that bug-eyed weirdo, like when he first debuted. Sorry, he took off that mask. What the hell is wrong with that guy? And then you saw him on Raw. He's sitting there doing like full belly to belly, just flipping right over like it's nothing.
Well, he's also in a lot better shape, though, too.
I'm saying he's gotten himself there, but he's like, they keep letting him do his like athleticism. Like, he could be really, really good, and they keep wasting him. And they waste him.
He can go.
Like, they waste the hell out of him. Like, there's some guys you're like, I get why they don't. Like, the older guys, people like you, because they can't talk on the mic, or like, you get to some with them, but Strowman's talked better than Lashley his whole career.
I think anyone talked better.
Hey.
I think Gilbert talks better than Lashley.
Hey, you know what? That's all. Like, you could do it too. Like, if you want it. See, like, you can look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, it's not a fair comparison, but but look at the runs Lashley's gotten, US champion, flinging people, champion now. And Strowman literally got thrown the title last year just because Roman backed out. Like, hey, what? The jet is there. Get to the airport now. Okay. Yeah. Why? Like, because Roman said, screw it on like Thursday. When's the match tomorrow? Yay. It was, I think it was Tuesday, actually, to give him some credit. But
yeah,
like, that was his big shot. Like, that was the one they gave him because Roman backed out. Otherwise, he would have been sitting home again. And he's got more talent than most of the roster. If only we did shove tomorrow. See? Thursday, I'm giving the quickest recap of Cole talking, Kai facing Mercedes Martinez, which means either she's going to get squashed because Mercedes going after Raquel for the title.
Yeah.
Or Raquel's going to get involved so Mercedes doesn't win. So it builds up more stupid into that. Austin, like, theory against Bronson Reed. Guess what? Bronson's going to win so he can have another match against, like, Johnny. We know. No one needs to talk about that on Thursday. We don't need to. Kushida and MSK against Legado. Well, you know what? The way they built them up, who cares? It's going to be a good match because all 6 of those guys are crazy talented. Yeah. I look at MSK and I get, like, it just irritate me, but they're all talented. There you go. There's the NXT thing. I did it all in one breath. I didn't even have to inhale.
Nice.
Who's going to hurt our head? We all know, like, how the Kai thing's going to go. Either she's going to get involved or she's going to, like, either she's going to get involved or she's going to get involved.
Yeah.
Because Dakota Kai weighs as much as this pen. She can go. But she's a little teeny thing. Bronson Reed obviously is going to win.
Yeah.
Like, we all know what's going to happen. There we go. Now we're not even going to talk about it. No point in talking about it on Thursday. We could talk, like, because this is going to be a really easy topic. Underutilized talent.
There you go.
I mean, we can go even people that got utilized, like Becky, like when they finally, like, the man started rolling down the tracks. Where the hell was she for the first, like, forever? Like, they had the WrestleMania, like, match triple threat, and Charlotte and Sasha got action figures, and no one even mentioned Becky. Yeah. Like, she was just there. Like,
underutilized off the cuff.
Like, we could just bring up names and just go, because I know that you and me.
I might not even take notes.
I'm just.
Yeah, let's just wing it.
Here we go. Well, here's going to be my notes. episode 56. Can you believe I'm up to 56?
Jeez.
Can you believe you're up to like 10, 12? WrestleMania
Yeah.
Saturday. We're coming up on 2 weeks, so we have to be right at the 2 week mark, like right under it.
Yeah.
And let me ski episode 56. Off
Why
the cuff.
Vince pisses us off.
Well, if I write that down, that list will go way longer. Why
Yeah.
does Vince piss me off? We could just sit here and just play the audio to CM Punk's like pipe bomb. Just
That's why.
like, why does Vince? Why he pretty much he covers it. What? Thank you, Phil. I always love people named Phil. They've always been good to me. Underutilized, off the cuff. I think we could do that. Hell, we could do that every day if we really had to.
Yeah.
Why? Underutilized. 99% of the roster. Why? Because Charlotte and Roman are still there, even though Roman's finally really good. So I'm not mad about that.
Yeah.
Like he can talk, Heyman can talk. Like, how good are you when you have Paul Heyman and you're the one doing the talking? Like, that's how good it's going right now.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is talking. Paul Heyman's just there to go. Put a microphone in his hand, and no one complains because it's just that good.
Yeah.
Except for Jay.
Yeah, definitely. Jay.
Overutilized talent. Jey Uso's mouth.
There you go.
Never mind Charlotte coming back from indefinite suspension after, I think, 40 minutes of TV time. I know it happened last week. Like, it wasn't even a whole week.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, you were suspended after the main event and you were back in the first hour. Like, you were suspended for 20 minutes.
Pretty much.
Well, congratulations, WWE. That was put a lot of brain cells into that one, guys. Like, I was so happy I missed that too. Like, I don't even know what I was doing. I came in like, and it was Mandy and Sonya backstage. Like, you have a match with Charlotte. That's next. Where the hell did Charlotte come from?
Out of nowhere.
Like, what did I miss? And then they did the recap. Thankfully, I thought, oh, that's where okay. What? Yay! Like, good thing I missed that. Why? Because I was recording it, so I probably would have turned it off and went just to bed. Like, no. Bye bye.
Yep.
Ain't nobody got time for this. And even if she is good, like, just let other people go. Like,
Yeah.
go record something. Just go make a movie and just go away. Be like the Miz. Just vanish.
Yeah.
Except for that one time he had the Intercontinental title, which is, it probably takes about 20 minutes to make the Marine movie. So
Pretty much. Yeah. That probably. Yeah. One day.
like they said, he had he's up to like 9.
I don't even.
Like Cena did the first one, Randy did one. Then like what? Miz is
I
doing another.
watched the one with Cena. I watched the one with Randy after that. I don't even think I watched any of them with Miz.
Well, I mean, that's because he's the Miz and he's awful.
Hashtag Johnny Miz. I'm calling it right now, bro.
Oh, and funny story before we get off here, just about that time. You tagged me in it. And like, look, and then I woke up to text from other people this morning going, what? There it is. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is the third time I've seen it in like 13 minutes of consciousness between 2 days. Well, like, what? Oh, look at that. Yeah. Then I wake up to 2 of them. I only have one phone, but I have 2 hands now. Like, okay, what? It's going to happen. No matter how much I don't like him, he looks like him. So screw it. If I get to see him ripped in half, that's even better. Hashtag rip him in half.
Yeah, not gonna lie, not to plug anything, but I thoroughly enjoyed the Mortal Kombat movie. Seriously, watch it.
I need to find someone that has HBO Max. And we need to end that sentence there because then I am not self-incriminating myself or anyone else what I happen to do with their device. But I've heard nothing but like phenomenal things.
Yeah.
Like I got you, Crystal, Shayla, Drew, Alex. Like it just keeps going on. I'm gonna watch it. Like, stuff. Well, and guess what? They didn't ruin it. Unlike Game of Thrones, which like, thank God I'm still on like season 2. Like suddenly I was at Crystal and Dave's and there's Joffrey getting like poisoned. I was like, that's how you did it. Like after all these years, that's how you kill him. Or what? I'm going home. Like, screw this. Like, what season are you on? Well, I'm still on like season 2. Like, little punk had it coming. That man,
I think everyone erupted with joy and happiness when that happened.
I was happy. I just, God, he deserved worse. I just look at his face and you have one of them, like Theon. He deserved like just pain and suffering for eternity. Like it's just dump bubbling oil on him repeatedly. See, this show covers everything. And the last season of Game of Thrones, from what I hear, is still better than night 2 of WrestleMania. Or Raw the next night.
Fact.
Or NXT the next night.
Fact.
SmackDown made up for it. And as you were talking about the camera angle they used with Roman, if I saw correctly, they used it for Randy last night.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I said that just
it looks good.
What
it really looks good.
What they're really doing is awesome.
Like I think that really like I don't even like him, but that's a good look. Like that, that's a good thing that came out of COVID and all that. Like they get to play with all of it, and that's like who better like Roman and his Ponzi schemers, and Randy just mad at the world. Like it works.
Yeah.
The only guy that ever got that I know of the good luck in your future endeavors when he got kicked out of the Marine Corps, and well, I think he did pretty good with his future endeavors. He did really good, that Orton.
Yeah.
Everyone else I know is like doing drugs or dead. That's for another day. And we have off tomorrow, so enjoy your night off.
I will.
I'm going to go to trivia. You can look at it.
I don't know what I'm doing yet, but
hey, you get a night. You get a night to like rest and recover, and then we can go. We could try to start. Well, there's nothing on Thursday, so I mean, we could just.
Yeah, you basically can say your 30-second spiel. What happened on NXT, and just roll into it.
I mean, you saw how quick I just got through like a preview. But this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Who cares? It's a good match. And if Bronson Reed doesn't win, like, what the hell is the point of even booking any of this? He's going to win. Austin's going to lose. Loomis is probably going to show up with Indy at some point. Whatever floats his boat, whatever makes him and his mustache happy. At least it looks like it's in regulation. That's all that I care about.
That's right.
Fine mustache in regulation. Only I was the one that pulled that off in Iraq. Because the Colonel killed everyone's mustache growing contest. But I hope for good things for that. But that's all that's going to happen. It's going to be, it's going to be a good night, but it's because, the 6-man tag match, it's going to be good. Who cares about the rest of it? I don't know why it's so dull. SmackDown somehow is winning. But like, remember when SmackDown sucked like a year ago?
Yeah.
They were always losing. What the hell happened there? But Fox is getting all of their $4 billion.
Yeah. No doubt.
I think it was $4 billion. A lot of billions. But enjoy your day off. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Make sure if you're listening to this on the audio only through Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, or Overcast, and you like what we're doing, you have any thoughts, find the videos on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble under the same exact name and comment away. Find the Facebook page. Tell us something you want us to talk about. Comment on these videos. Do something. This stuff is on 10 different platforms, most of which you can comment on. You can share it out to the world. There's no excuse to not tell us what you want to hear. Agreed?
Like, share, repeat.
Write that one down. Oh, that's happening. I don't even care. I don't care if I get sued, whatever. That's a good one right there. I don't even care what. Sue me. I'll be like Rocky at the end of Rocky 5. Sue me for what? Exactly. But see, there's the marketing genius of the two of us right there. That guy. I never would have thought of that. But enjoy your day off. Like, share, comment, follow along on all the ones I just mentioned. Like, the more followers and the more comments, if you comment on and like and comment on YouTube, the higher we up in all the searches for everything, which means the more people can see it on there.
Yep.
which is better for everybody. Same on like Facebook and all of it. Share it out because that's the only thing I asked. Share, 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 share. And that's what he asked too. The more the merrier. Like there are millions of wrestling
right.
weirdos just like us. And nerds and everything else you want to call us. I don't care. I do it. I'm proud to still be a wrestling nerd 25 years later.
Amen.
Amen. And with that, I will continue to be ski just because I'm in a
And
good mood
I
tonight.
continue to be Justin.
And we'll be back on Thursday. Until then, my friends, have a good night. Peace.